good afternoon, ma'am. This is my report. My report is about non-probability sampling. So non-probability sampling are easier to obtain and less expensive than probability samples, but they are more susceptible than sampling bias, which means that the conclusions you draw from them will be more constrained and the inferences about the population will be weaker than with probability samples by Banderi 2023. Non-probability sampling is frequently connected to qualitative research and case study research designed by Carlos 2016. So, ang non-probability sampling naman, so, ang kasagutan niya is, not all people in that population is quite an equal chance na ma-appear because sa kanon sa survey or mas pansama ba mas ang panagulas ng probability sampling is na equal chance ma-appear mas sayon kaysa sa probability sampling, pero mas taas ang chance na bias ang result. So non-probability sampling is ginagamit siya sa qualitative research or case studies. So ato na sa quota sampling is quicker and easier to conduct than stratified sampling because random sampling is not used. So sa when we say quota sampling, mas dali o pas-pas button kaysa sa stratified sampling. So kinahanglan og random selection. So ang yang panan niya so sa pamata sa pros so ato ta sa cons sa quota sampling. So ang cons sa quota sampling, random sampling is not used. Sampling error cannot be calculated. Further sampling bias possibility. So kaning pa sa cons sa quota sampling is tungod dili siya random. So dili ma-compute ang sampling error bias dito siya as possible. So generalize ang result sa whole population. So dili siya ma-generalize ang whole population na ang result. So proceed sa purposive sampling. Sa purposive sampling can help researcher justify selection based on analytical, logical, or theoretical ground. So sa kaning purposive sampling, so ang researcher is makapili sa og participants based sa logic analysis or theory. So useful kung gusto makuha ang specific type of people. So ang example natin niya sa purposive sampling process, one example is doctor only or teachers only. So sa kanya konsepto sa purposive sampling cons. So kami cons for researcher bias, enrolls criteria for judgment are poorly documented or explained in addition. Purposive sampling can make it difficult to define the representative of the population. Kumato siya sa purposive sampling. So ang yan cons possible nga magka-bias kay ang pagpili depende so it depends on the researcher man guna siya ma'am. So iso ipakita nga ang sample mag-represent sa entire population. So sa self-selection sampling. So sa self-selection sampling can be timed. 7 moreover person who choose to participate are likely to be committed to the research and likely to provide more truthful responses. So self-selection sampling. So sa prosta sa time saving siya kay tungod ang mga tao. So ang mga tao may volunteer. Dayon ang mga munjuin na kasagaran sa self-selection sampling is kanang interesado dito siya ma'am. Kanang mutubag tinuod. So sa angkol sa self-selection sampling is siya is often linked to selection bias. Selection bias can lead to a non-representative sample or exaggerated or misleading findings. So, mga tawag na sa misleading finding because ang paano niya is selection bias kaya ang mga walay interest. So, dili just na moduin. So, dili balance ang sample. So, base in misleading results. So, mga isa sa self-selection sampling sa cons. So, proceed sa Snowball sampling. So various small when person population are difficult to identify and hard to recruit. So sa snowball sampling, sa pros is, what is that? Useful for participants lisod pa yung taon. Ang sample is drug users, rare disease patients, the participants. So ang participants, mutulog pa og laing participants. So ang concept nila, sa snowball sampling is mo siya. As a random selection is not used. Sampling error cannot be calculated and degree of confidence in interpretation cannot be determined. So sa snowball sampling sa iyang cons is dili random, so dili makatwin ang sampling error. Dili kay reliable ang results for the whole population. So naumana ta sa snowball sampling. So proceed na sa inclusion and exclusion criteria. So sa definition sa inclusion and exclusion criteria, a research study, inclusion and exclusion criteria establish which members of the target population are eligible to participate and which are not by Nicolo 2023. So proceed ta diri sa isa. So example rin muna si JD. JD is conducting a study of the effectiveness of the project Change to Children in Conflict with the Law, or CICL. JD wants to recruit participants who meet specific criteria for the study. So, the part is muna sa ang inclusion criteria. So, inclusion criteria, muna siya ang very eligible to participate. So, ano yung sa exclusion criteria, muna siya itong which are not, so hindi siya eligible na participate. So now sa inclusion criteria, participant must be between the age of 13 and 17 years old. So sa inclusion criteria, so study related people, edad is 17 to 13 years old. So number 2, participants must have been convicted of an non-violent offense. So number 2, na-convict na pero non-violent offense. So ang sampulan niya, at least nakasala siya pero dili grabe krimen. So dili sa like ng murder or rape, assault and etc. So mo ni siya ang inclusion criteria mo sa mga eligible to participate. So sa number 3, participant must currently be serving provision or have been released from detention within the past 6 months. So sa kaning inclusion criteria sa number 3, so, ang parang niya sa kaitan, number 3, karoon na nag-serve ng provision. So, bago lang siya na-release bitaw. So, sulod sa unang kabulag. So, meaning, gikan sa detention, jail or under suspension pa sa law. Muna siya number 3 sa inclusion criteria. So, proceed sa number 4. Number 4, participant must provide informed consent or parent consent if under 18 to participate in the study. So, sa number 4, na-inform consent po, 18 pababa. So, kinahanglan na-permission participate ka ni. So, if under ka sa 18 years old, kailangan tawag parent consent sa mga ginikanan or guardian. So, proceed ka sa exclusion criteria. So, sa exclusion criteria, individual under the age of 13 or over the age of 17 are excluded from the study. So, what is excluded? So number 1, so below 13 or above 17 years old, so dili siya pwede. Sa number 2, participants who have committed violent offenses. It's either assault, homicide as their most recent offenses are excluded. So muna siya pasabot kung ang ilang pinakabagong kaso kay violent offense, example is murder, assault, homicide, or rape. So muna siya bilog sa mo participate na So, what is ang tawag excluded criteria? So, proceed sa number 3. Individual who are currently incarcerated or serving as custodial sentence in juvenile detention facility are excluded. So, muna siya sa number 3, currently naapa sa jail or detention center. So, kung nakapreso pa jud karon, so dili siya pwede ma-appeal. So, sa number 4, participants with severe cognitive impairments that would would hinder ability to understand the study procedures and provide informed consent are excluded. So sa number 4, pasabot na ng number 4, so ano siya? So na severe cognitive impairment. So kung lisod sila makasabot sa mga instructions or sa study, so dili sila pwede i-append sa dili na part sa exclusion criteria. So wala na sa ma'am. Thank you ma'am.